And the reins off to Nate.
Yep. So
You are
top
Nate.
2 is Stray Kids'
said that.
I Am Who, which is the second I Am Nate.
They're gonna
I
run
am
out of
what?
they're gonna run out of things to I am not, I am who, I am what,
Well, it's probably a trilogy.
Probably.
So.
Yeah, that's the most likely.
It's probably
think,
I Am
actually.
Me.
I
the
am
last
me.
One. But yeah. So this is like the second of their.
I bet it is.
We assume trilogy. I don't know if it was ever confirmed. First track is Who ? So this is another like pretty awesome
This is
intro.
Felix, right?
They had an intro on the first track or the first album as well.
Yeah, because in
and then,
the first album,
voice is amazing.
specifically in I'm Not, we had Chan doing the intro, right? Yeah.
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 But, yeah, he did the English part, and then Felix did the English part here. I think a different member did the
But
Korean
yeah,
part.
I thought this was actually a really
I'm
good
not sure
intro.
who,
Like
though.
honestly, make it a full song because, like, it doesn't have the hard hitting rap of everything else, but it's like a chill, like sort
Yes,
of
please.
Intro. I guess it is an intro, obviously, but honestly, like we keep saying this about K-pop intros, just make it into a full song. We want it. We want it.
I know their intros.
Yeah.
I don't know K-pop. Something about K-pop just makes insanely good intros.
I think just in general, this blows not as much as I love not like this blows it out of the water. I love this track so much. Again, it should be a full track. It just a perfect starting off point. Like when the album intro is just an amazing. When the album intro could be a top 5 Stray Kids track, that's how you know the album's gonna be good.
Wild.
Next we have My Pace, which is
It's
the
wild.
title track. So the song just
Wow.
It is.
It is
Yeah,
wild.
so like the song just it gets your attention instantly with Changbin's like insane
Nah.
and then right after it goes into like Jisung just goes hard as fuck rapping. I thought it was cool that it constantly switches between like guitar focused and synth focused instrumentals.
Yep.
So like for the Nana part it's like over a guitar, but then like the actual like the pre-chorus before it is like entirely synth.
Yeah.
And I think it's a really, really good synth part as well. The singing and the rapping in the song are like so good. It just shows how technically good they are at what they do. The choreo fits the song. It's just the choreo is just as insane as the song is.
Yeah.
Like it's so ridiculous and so good. And I actually liked the music video on how it's like super busy and like glitchy and hectic. Like it also fit the song really well. I just think everything they did with this was like a really like complete package.
Speaking of like that glitchy thing, I really loved in the second verse where I don't know who's singing it. I'm really bad with Stray Kids members, but when someone's singing the second verse and then Changbin comes in afterwards and like they're showing him and like they split the screen into thirds. It's like so cool, like how they're just like doing all these like graphic effects and everything. Also, I'm pretty sure this is the same like tunnel that Monster X filled like Dramarama
do,
in. I'm pretty
I Need
sure
You with the part where
like
they
it's the
stop
same
the
thing.
tunnel in the truck. Did they do that there too? Like they randomly just have a Ford F-150 and they stop the tunnel.
I don't know. I'm not sure, but I've seen this tunnel before. Yeah, but this it's a K-pop. It's like a K-pop like staple in terms of like filming and also oh god, you didn't even get to the freaking the 86, the Toyota 86, which gorgeous. Jeez. That's for my thoughts of the actual song. Obviously, I enjoy it so much just because again, just Stray Kids' unique blend of sort of like really like hype trap music with this rock focused like a riff again, much like a song like Dramarama, where just like the riff is just very catchy and very very fitting that they filmed in there too. Their outfits are awesome. It's just like really just all this like hype beast type stuff like Comme des Garçons and like Vetements, like all these like soccer like kits, jerseys, or that sort of thing. So yeah, just very enjoyable and just is there anyone in all of like music just in general that sort of just sounds like Changbin? Because you immediately know like just like it's instantly recognizable when you hear him on tracks, and just that intro just it's a perfect like intro to like build the hype of this song just because it. And also like I love that like the verses do a very good job of that too, just building like the
Yeah,
hype
like
of
what you're
the
saying
chorus,
about
so
like
it's
Changbin,
excellent.
the only person I can really think of to compare him to really is like Eminem. Like he's probably the closest thing to. I mean, I wouldn't doubt it.
Yeah,
His style's
basically, that's
definitely
who
very,
he
very
learned it
similar.
from, probably.
And that's probably my
he took
favorite style
after.
of rapping. Is just like, you know, the fast, aggressive, like, but still having so much. Yeah, but still having so much like wordplay and like
Super
stuff
raspy.
still built right in there. Like it's just
Yep.
it's incredible. Like I really really respect anybody who can do that. Like, so I guess it's the like a lot of people don't like the angry style of rapping, but personally I think it adds more like emotion. I guess like clearly, you know, G-Sung does this really well as well. Actually, my favorite Stray Kids verse actually isn't from Changbin, it's from G-Sung, and it's in Beware. Like, he picks right up, and it's just super aggressive. But anyways, in My Pace, I thought it was, like, I guess the thing that I was thinking of in my head that I'd compare it to is, like, the Tasmanian Devil from Looney Tunes. Like, it's just this huge tornado of, yeah, exactly. Like,
just
the
chaos.
The very,
Just
like,
nonstop
hard and
chaos,
gritty, like, rock part in the beginning, and then it like somehow seamlessly like transitions right into like the trap parts, and they did a really really good job in the production on this song. So yeah, I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
The only thing I
this
hate
has
is that they
been
released this
amazing.
after KCON, because imagine how amazing seeing this live would be. Yeah, I'm so.
Although
like,
I'm glad
Stray
they
Kids
did
World Tour
at,
when JYP,
KCON,
please.
'cause, like that originally wasn't my
It'll be a
favorite
while.
song, but like
Yeah,
actually,
I mean,
it might have been when we
reviewed
reviewed it, but like at the time it really wasn't. But then when I
Seeing
saw it
Yaya
live, I was
was-
like, damn, this is hype as hell. Now it's now it's one of my favorites.
Oh my god, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Next we have Voices. So I thought this was like, I really like the guitar based intro with like the softer vocals, and then it leads into like the harder rapping. So like because the song has like a pretty good dichotomy between the softer vocals and the harder rapping, but then like the drop chorus brings the vocals more up to that level of the rapping, like so like it kind of evened it out. Also, there's a really awesome pause after the first chorus. I love silence and pauses in songs if they're done well.
Yeah, it serves as a good build up, especially because this song is feature based, like it has a feature based style drop. So instant like for me easily, and I'd say this is probably one of like the best choruses I've ever heard from Stray Kids, just in general. Like I'd say that might be one of their only weaknesses in terms of like. Because if you kind of look at District 9, and I mean it kind of like comes back in My Pace, is I'd say the writing, at least the lyricism in the chorus, is kind of maybe pale in comparison to just how intense the verses are. But this is easily one of like, the
I
most
thought this turned out
standouts,
really
so
well. I
enjoyed
think it sort
a
of
lot.
serves the same, I guess, purpose or role on the album as like Mirror from the last album. I think it's definitely most similar to that. I really liked it.
Yeah,
It seems
yeah,
like
it really is like the new
actual
Mirror.
like almost like a sequel to that song. Like voices in my head and like looking in the mirror at yourself and like just stuff like that. I think it turned out really well, and you can definitely like just again like I mentioned before, like feel the emotion in the rap and stuff like that. And I think that's where Stray Kids really excels, is in their rap delivery. And also again, like they self-produce all these songs, and they're always turn out really well. Like for rookies, like they're ridiculous as far as the producing potential.
Yeah, like almost 90% of their almost 90% of their albums are done by Three Racha to some degree. So, and even when they reach
this whole album is.
even when they reach
JYP
outside to like
was
there was some
helped with
production
one of them.
they I think one or two songs that wasn't produced by them.
Helped with one of them,
Yeah, but even when they reach for outside help, it's still really good. So
I was gonna say, well, and they have production credits on every song.
yeah, almost every
I
song.
think
so.
they've just gotten help with some stuff.
And which is nice, because you don't want to burden Three Racha with it all necessarily,
well,
and
I
also
mean,
you don't want to
I feel like
like,
it's
get
they're
them
definitely in a good
creatively, like,
spot
burnt
now,
out
'cause
as
with
well, so.
JYP 2.0
It's a good
or whatever,
balance.
with the different task forces and stuff like that. Like Stray Kids has their own task force, but like they do
somebody's
their own production
dedicated
and stuff,
to
but
them
they still
now.
have that JYP production like support that they can lean back on, which is great.
Yeah.
Next we have Question. So this is like super hard hip hop song. I really like the instrumental part that vocals like that mimics the vocals. If that makes sense. I can't like.
It's
think of how
very
it goes off
because
the
of
top.
that. It's very early pop beat.
Like
That's
that's
what
what
I-
what my feeling
yeah.
was. Like Nilly Lily Mambo and Very Good and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Jackpot.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah.
Or like her to some degree, just like is very staccato, like nah, like just like
Yeah.
da, like that sort of like very like hard hitting sort of thing.
And then
Yeah.
I like that this song shows off all the different rapping styles that the members have. Because that's like one thing that definitely makes them stand out is since they have 6 rappers, they all have like their own unique styles.
Yeah, you think you
and-
get tired
and
of
they
6
kinda all-
rappers.
Yeah, but they like you can kind of see the different styles throughout the song.
Yeah, that's very hard to do where you have a group with this many rappers and they're just as unique as having 6 different singers. So again, that's another one of their strengths. Also, I'd say you have to add this to your English line thing, sort of what the that's an amazing
it's the
just
new
like it
damn
cuts
son.
out. I'm
Where'd
just
you
like, why
find
is it
this?
here? I don't know why it's here, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically just like what the
Yeah, so the showcase in the song is definitely the rap,
It's
but
built
I
for
actually
live
really
stages sort
like
of thing.
the vocal verses in this. I think they did a really good job. What's his name? Is it Woojin? Is that his name? Yeah, I think his voice is really, really nice. Like I could tell who he is. I
Yeah.
forget what the second syllable is in his name.
Yeah. Next we have Insomnia. So this is more of like the softer hip hop song. I don't usually like the use of auto-tune, but for the beginning of this song, like I think it actually fit really well with the instrumentals. The beginning rap part that's auto-tuned. Also, I love how glitchy the drop sounds because it's not what I expected. If that makes sense, like if you listen to it, it just I don't know, for how much we listen to K-pop and how often there are drops nowadays, like you kind of can expect where a drop is going and like how it's gonna sound, but this did not sound what I thought it was gonna sound like because it's got like these weird glitchy effects.
I mean, I enjoyed the drop definitely because it's feature based, but because I listen to a lot of feature based and on SoundCloud and that sort of thing, it wasn't too much of a surprise to me. But this is probably Insomnia is probably my favorite song on the entire thing. Like just that the impact of that drop, just like how they play with the silence of that. I can't sleep, and then boom, it drops right. Like I don't think it would have had as much of an impact if they just went straight into like the loud or the actual like chorus part. So just again, they're very good at playing with that sound, and just sort of like tailoring that to like the style of music and this was like the second song, or this was the song they performed alongside M.I.A, and oh man, like the choreography for this was excellent. So I'm glad they picked this song as the support song for their live stages.
Yeah,
this is I'd say this is actually also my favorite song on the album as well. Like Nate was saying, like the drop wasn't super predictable, but it worked really, really well. And overall, like it's just super catchy. Like with the use of the English verse in it, that I can't sleep, turned out really well. Especially with the song being named Insomnia. I was expecting insomnia to be the word that's the showcase.
Insomnia. It doesn't work.
Point.
It doesn't work.
Well, I didn't know what the chorus would sound like before listening to it, but I thought this turned out really well. So.
Next we have M.I.A. So this is a pretty good R&B beat. I like the different guitar parts. Like, so there's 2 different types of guitar in this, and then there's also like a really synthy bass. And I liked how those mix together. But this is an example where I wish it wasn't auto-tuned.
Yeah.
This one didn't need that auto-tune and didn't really like help the song at all, like Insomnia did. So that was the only like negative, but the instrumentals are like good enough for me to like not hate this song, It was just more of I wish it wasn't auto-tuned.
Yeah, it was autotune was too much for me. It was a miss, just because it's just too. It's way too obnoxious for what would be necessary for anything that Stray Kids does. Honestly.
Yeah, for me, I thought this one was a little too, I guess, not Stray Kids-ish. I guess like it was a little out of their wheelhouse in my opinion. It was a little more towards like the stuff that we didn't like on BTS's last album.
Or just it kind of sounds like,
in my opinion at least,
it kind of sounds just like what every boy group member does as a solo sort of thing. That's why it's something we've heard of way too much at this point. Just super auto-tuned, like really like trap beat type chill song sort of thing. So again, it's nothing new basically.
I mean I think it's good, but it's definitely the worst song in the album for me.
Yeah, easily.
yeah, same. Next we have Awkward Silence. The lounge piano part is like a really nice touch. And I just loved how like fun and upbeat this song was. It, like contrasts to this like angry style of rapping really well. Like I liked it a lot.
It's funny, like Changbin is like I keep thinking of the SNL skit with Don't Fear the Reaper and like needs to work out. Like he has only like one. Yeah. It's like they're telling him, all right, Changbin, this is like a really cutesy boy song. We have to appeal. We have to show a different appeal. It's like okay. It's like it's like super hard. It's so funny. He's only one level and that's it basically. Even with
his notch only goes to max.
It's so funny.
But I think
it works.
Still fit well. Like. Surprisingly,
it works so well just because you never hear something like it. It's like, and it works surprisingly well. I mean, the song put a stupid smile on my face just because he's so angry and everyone else is so happy on this song.
Yeah.
And also, I love like I love the use of like again just awkward silence and it's like call like the crow sound effects again. There's like I love how they play with the instrumentals crow. Like that.
Yeah, I thought this song turned out well. It was definitely a different, like, a change of pace, but I think it still fit them pretty well, especially with the members being, like, pretty young. It definitely doesn't feel different, or I guess too different, I mean. But yeah, like, the cute verses with the rap verses, they still work well, even though, like, they're still, like, hard-hitting, like, normal. I think it definitely, like, juggles sort of the different, I guess maturity levels, I guess is what I'll go with. And I think it turned out well. It definitely stood out on the album for me pretty well. So yeah.
And finally, we have mixtape number 2. So if you don't know why you don't know about this song, it is a album only track. So if you don't have it physical, you can go check it out on YouTube. People have uploaded it. But this is it's an acoustic ballad, which is surprising. Apparently,
considering it's called mixtape.
Well, yeah, I think they're just
that's just their naming convention.
Their naming convention for the album track.
Because there was
mixtape one.
Yeah, then mixtape
which was a Tropical House song, so there's not like really connection.
Yeah.
But Cooper said this is actually a 3-Racha song. That they did an OT9 version of.
That makes sense.
Oh, cool.
But like, and then all 9 members wrote their own lyrics, which is cool.
Nice.
But yeah, this is giving me like so many Big Bang vibes. Like,
that was my first thought too.
The vocals are so good, and the group vocal part at the end gave me chills. Like, I never expected it, but this is actually my favorite song on the album. Is an acoustic ballad, like it's just not what I expected at all from them, and they did it so well. So actually, because it surprised me so much, I think it's my favorite song.
Yeah. Sorry to cut off Andrew.
No, go ahead.
I keep forgetting the order because we keep changing how we're doing it. But anyways, I think this turned out really well. Like Nate said, the definitely the Big Bang influence is definitely there with stuff like I see like Taeyang's "Stay With Me" featuring G-Dragon, "Blue," songs like that is definitely the
style.
I don't even know what the style. I don't know why I said term. See, I can't talk today. Sorry people. Like I keep getting jumbled up somehow. I don't know. Maybe I'm just like dyslexic today. Anyways, thought wise. Anyways, I thought this turned out really well, so I'll just leave it at that so I don't talk myself in circles for any longer.
I mean, yeah, as much as I like the Big Bang influences, it didn't necessarily blow me away, but it's cool that they sort of incorporate the Three Racha stuff into what they're doing with the main group, so it'll be interesting to see if they do that going forward. It'll be interesting to see if they'll do their own stuff as Three Racha in addition to this. I don't know how much new music they're making now that Stray Kids is finally debuted, but it'd be cool to see them release like more stuff on their SoundCloud and just like stuff on their own that they're not necessarily tied to promoting or making music videos and that stuff for, just on the side, so it'd be cool to see.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was waiting for Jacob to go because it's
like, a lot of whack. We have to get used to it.
I know, it just threw me off. So there was like awkward silence. I was like, oh shit, we need to go
like the song awkward silence.
Ratings. So ratings. Once again for me, I think this is 10 out of 10. I think all the songs on the album are fantastic. Everything about the music video and styling for my pace fit it insanely well. Obvious bias point. So Stray Kids is 3 for 3 for me on 10 out of 10s. Very, very quickly becoming
one of
my top guy groups.
So do you like them more than Monsta X and Shiny? Do you know yet?
I don't like them more than either.
It's like picking your favorite child. It's like picking your favorite child.
No one's gonna pass Shiny. I don't think ever.
Mm-hmm.
But after KCON, I did like them more than Monsta X. But before the Monsta X concert, I watched. Well, it wasn't that I saw Monsta X live. It was before that I literally watched all of their variety. And just like fell in love with all of them. So
what you're saying is Stray Kids needs to do another reality show where they almost all get eliminated.
Yeah, if I get a ton of like variety with Stray Kids and they rival Monsta X and how ridiculous they are, then I might. But it's gonna be tough because Monsta X is just insanely good at reality and variety.
Yeah. All right, so I guess I'll go next. For me, I gave it a 5 out of 6 for music, just because I liked every song, but M.I.A. didn't blow me away as much. 3 out of 3 for concept. I thought the MV was really cool. I like that they're doing like the trilogy concept. Everything was, involved with Three Racha, and they did pretty much everything on the album. So yeah, choreography was cool. Everything was awesome as far as concept goes. And then bias point, because I pretty much like everything that Stray Kids has put out so far. So yeah, 9 out of 10.
Yeah, I had same score as Jacob. Like, as of right now, I don't think anything is beating like mixtape in terms of just quality. I'd probably put this on par with I Am Not, but again, that's kind of nitpicking at this point, just because it's very rare that I've given this high of a score to any group. Just like, again, it's interesting how they both, Stray Kids and Red Velvet, released at the same time, because they're probably the only ones I've given like high scores to consistently, like even like twice, or like Card or whatever. I'm still very like I vary on scoring widely, but again, they're just super consistent when it comes to these releases. And again, we'll see. We'll probably get another mini from them, and it'll be interesting to see where they take this sound, because again, I love the direction, or I love the different directions that they're sort of taking that sound in, and they're still probably the most unique sounding boy group I've ever heard. At least in recent memory, because again, it's just the perfect combination of having JYP's input, having 3 members that are have a very distinct style and know kind of what the direction the group wants to go in, and just like all of these factors just make them probably, like, again, they're easily the most refreshing boy group in a sea of kind of, I don't want to be too disparaging, but in a sea of like either BTS or EXO clones. It's very interesting to see them, and I hope, and it seems like they're doing decently well. I mean, besides the fact that they're with a huge company in JYP, it seems like they're doing very well for a group that technically is only debuted like, I don't know, like 9 months ago or something, or like a couple months ago, basically. So just getting this level of consistency is just unheard of when it comes to any K-pop group, honestly. So 9 out of 10.
Like, I guess it's, again, we were talking about like Red Velvet with being the Toyota Corolla of music. Like, I think Stray Kids definitely has a path to getting there. Maybe they can be the Honda Civic of music.
No.
That's too boring of a car.
It's the Toyota 86.
What is a reliable?
No, it's a Ricer Civic. It's a Civic. It's a Civic. Just
all right. How
it's
about
a Civic
this?
Type R.
It's an Acura Integra. That's what we get.
Okay, maybe it's
Right.
a bit more luxury. It's not as ricery as a Civic is, because you have to put more money into that.
It's got class, and it's kind of fast, and it's still reliable because it's basically a Honda Civic.
Yeah, it's just a nice
sorry,
Civic.
sorry about the car talk, people.
This is Car Talk Podcast on iTunes. number one hobbies and games podcast. No,
Changbin's a GT350.
Oh god,
He's just constantly going crazy.
Kongbin's just full out Mustang. It's great.
Yep.
Anyway, I can't stop my male eyes.
Jacob wants women's fashion to regress to the 1700s, where
No,
we're seeing ankle
too
is
far.
like
yeah,
that's the thing. I took
just
a
that's too far.
yeah,
That's too far.
I took fashion history where you basically women would just wear like super long ass dresses where you're in like long socks because